Hi, Matt Noyes, Weekend Insights for you. Recorded on a Friday, but meant to hold you all the way through the weekend. Big topics for you coming up right here. Another cold front moves through, a little bit of light mountain snow accumulation. Lows will go to the 20s for a lot of us by Sunday night. And we still expect a mild Halloween. You heard about it here first in our 14-day forecast and pattern predictions. That continues to be the case. We'll take a look together. Last 24 hours, a little bit of precipitation across the Midwestern United States. Here at home, of course, we haven't seen any. It's been dry. Our brush fire danger will continue to be elevated into the upcoming weekend, even though you've got a cold front coming through for our Friday night and a very early Saturday morning, which is off the coast by midday Saturday. It really doesn't bring much precipitation with it at all. This is a very dry pattern, and that continues for us here through the weekend. So the biggest impact is going to be cool air and wind. I mean, that's what a lot of us will feel heading into the weekend. Take a look at the wind gusts to 30 miles per hour as we get to Saturday morning. So right out of the gate, it's windy coming out of the west. As we head through the afternoon, it's a west-northwest wind that continues to gust to 25 miles per hour by 5 p.m. And even Saturday night, it stays breezy. May not be the best night for a fire, for example, considering the fact that it continues to be so dry. There are burn bans in some spots, by the way, that remain in effect. And during the day Sunday, it's breezy. It's not as windy as Saturday. Your gusts are more like 20 miles per hour instead. In terms of total precipitation, again, we're in a dry pattern. We're cut off from any of the deep tropical moisture, which means even when you get these cold fronts that are energetic that come through, they just don't do much. You get 1/100 of an inch of precipitation in spots, and that's it. But again, the cold air that comes in is evident. I'm going to shift the view to about 6,000 feet off the deck, so you can consider this to be, let's say, roughly around the summit of Mount Washington. But bottom line is sub-freezing air drops in from the north and west. That's what you see in the light blue that shows up here, below freezing in the legend, and everybody's into that. So it's cold enough that, frankly, if it were to precipitate, if they were to make some showers, it could be rain or snow for almost anywhere in New England. But the air is dry enough that the only spot that's probably going to get some of those snow showers would be on the western and northwestern facing slopes of the mountains, where you get upslope snow or upslope clouds that can develop. Basically, the wind pushes up against the mountains, gets forced up, and makes those heftier clouds. Off to the west, that's the mild air, by the way, that'll be in here for Halloween. All right, in the meantime, the map for us here as we get through Saturday, there goes a cold front. Here are some scattered rain showers on Saturday afternoon that turn to scattered snow showers, but notice where they are, only in the mountains. The rest of us not dealing with those. Saturday night will be cool and breezy. Sunday is going to be downright brisk, if not chilly. Some new snow showers are possible later Sunday into Sunday night across the North Country. A separate disturbance comes in, and then we get ready for a change in the pattern. High pressure shifts off the coast, a southwest wind. Here's your warm front coming through, and that is the leading edge to that warmer stuff that'll be here by midweek and Halloween. You say, how much snow are we going to get out of this? Well, you wouldn't expect it to be a whole lot, right? This is moisture starved. So basically, what you get is a fraction of an inch, maybe 1/10 of an inch or so out of the stuff that comes through on Saturday evening and night. Then if you add in what comes through Sunday later in the day into the evening and night, you've still only got a fraction of an inch at the base lodges and in the valleys, right? But admittedly, when you get to the summits, it becomes a little bit more favorable. And we saw this earlier in the month with one of these upslope flow events where the wind was pushing up against the mountain slopes. And at the summits, Jay Peak may get 1/2 an inch out of the first round, but look at that, ends up with 2.5 by the end of the weekend. Cannon about 1.5 inches, Sugarbush about 1.8. So there are summits that do pretty well out of this westerly and northwesterly flow relative to this time of the year of what your expectations would be, right? Okay, meanwhile, again, for the rest of us, 60s on Saturday, 50s in the north. Here comes the cool air, the breeze throughout the day, the breeze into the night for us as well. Lows into the 20s in a few select spots, most of us down to the 30s on Saturday night. Sunday, we struggle to get up beyond 40 to 45 in northern New England, and that's why you're primed for some mountain snow showers even during the afternoon on Sunday when the next disturbance comes in. The rest of us, 50s with a breeze. It feels like the 40s. Overnight low temperatures Sunday night, 20s for a whole bunch of us in central and northern New England. Teens for some like Berlin, New Hampshire, and running in the 30s when you come into parts of southern New England. Monday, we're still cool. We're running in the 50s under a blend of sun and clouds. Then we start to change the pattern. Tuesday, we climb up to about 60 or so. By Wednesday, we climb up to 70 or better. And by Halloween, it does look like we are into the 70s. No change to the forecast there ever since it popped on the 14-day. Speaking of the 14-day, if you want to get it, you certainly can. Grab it on the app or on Google Play. Noyes, 1 degree outside weather. Hope you've enjoyed this Insights, the deeper dive into meteorology. We'll see you with more updates right into the start of the weekend at 1degreeoutside.com.